Hi everyone, I know it's been a while since I have made a video, and I did say that I was gonna make a video after I saw Inside Out 2 and let you know all know what I thought of it. And I did see it on Friday when it um well it came out Thursday, but I saw it on the 14th on Friday. Um and I honestly really enjoyed seeing the second one. The first one was really good, and it didn't maybe I didn't break out in tears, but I did feel inside, and just like the first one, I felt that in the second one too. Um, I'll try to avoid spoilers in this for those of you who have not seen the movie yet. But honestly, I did the first one how it was for people who could relate more to who are people who are in middle school, and even people who are older who did go through kind of that stuff as well, especially the whole entire moving to not just uh like moving moving to a different state, like you know I mean, even people who don't move to that state that end up still in that state, but end up moving farther from where they were before, can definitely relate to what Wally went through in the first movie. And of course, the motion thoughts that they were helping Wiley in the first movie, which was only end up hurting Wiley, was Joy. Um, they ended up having to, and then they ended up deciding to go with that same kind of formula of having emotion, trying, thinking that what they're doing is helping her, but really it's haunting her. And the emotion that they ended up choosing, this will be a spoiler if you haven't seen the movie, is anxiety, which was one of the middle emotions along with envy, embarrassment, and ennui, known as the bottom. And so Um, they show the one kind of form of anxiety, which is you always constantly being anxious and of what the future holds for you, and you want to have you're just very anxious about that, and you don't know what's going to happen, so you put all these possibilities in your head, and most of them are negative. I've not experienced that kind of anxiety. The anxiety that I usually get is when I'm overwhelmed, and and sometimes when anger takes over, and after the anger subsides, I saw not being able to feel I'm breathing, especially with sadness, severe sadness. I feel sadness in a strong way, and I cry so much. I end up getting anxiety, and at both of them, I end up eventually. It was bad enough. I get an anxiety attack. And anxiety attacks are one of the worst things to go through because your chest, inside your chest, it hurts. You feel this pain inside, and you can't breathe, and it's just, it's an awful feeling. And I experienced that feeling recently, and I did not need to experience it. And it was basically due to the fact that my couch ate my phone, and I was very angry at my couch for eating my phone because I hate this. My mom hates this couch. We both hate this couch. My dad says I can take a little chainsaw to this couch, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I ended up overreacting, and I realized that, and that's something that I definitely need to work on. Hi, Pussy's giving me lots of love. Um, so yeah. And also, a thing that's also kind of a spoiler is one this is also for people the new one is for people who are she's 13 now, so going through puberty. I actually went through this is TMI probably for some of you, but I did go through puberty a little bit earlier than people are usually supposed to. So even when you are at the age where you go through it, you're not ready for it, for the changes. Like your parent, like you like probably like have like a health class and they talk about like, oh, you're changing body and blah blah blah. I never went through that. I never had one. I never did had one of those like kind of health classes that talked about that. I don't really remember my parents really give me that talk about my changing body, which is probably like on purpose. I probably forgot on purpose. I don't know. Um, but I knew like as a woman we get an extra something to it along with the bonus of our emotions being more extra. I guess you can say we're more sensitive as teenagers because we're going through changes physically and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I got to go through the whole entire change early, and I was definitely not prepared for it happen and for when I got my monthly frozen made its first little on the door. So and luckily I was able to get that pen checked very quick. um so yeah, because that is for all you women out there, you know that experience. It's not fun. It's uncomfortable, let's just say. And so, but yeah, I like they had like a again they had like a lot of funny moments. They had a lot of jokes that were kind of like jokes about like emotions and feelings and stuff like that. Like oh like well suppressed emotions that got bottled up, which is something that happens. Like you try to because you're feeling so much emotions, you want to try to suppress them and make them not be as apparent and come through and try to control them, but you can't control them. And also, when you're a teenager, it's when you start being able, you start feeling like you need to change who you are. And sometimes these changes are necessary in order to grow, and in order to find who you are as a person and find one's self and your like kind of like your own kind of like personal faith of things that you believe is right for you. And that is part of the Me Too is the faith system. And that's kind of part of it. So wait again. Where Wiley instead of the emotions taking control, Wiley is the one to take control of her decisions. And you kind of do sometimes you do choose which emotion will come forward and let them take the wheel or in this case take the console. But and at times they just decide like no this you need to feel this emotion at this moment, so you kind of have to have a good working dynamic with your emotions and have like a nice like understanding of like no I need to be doing this because this is what I believe in, this is a part of me, this is my decision and not yours, it's mine. So yeah, but overall it was a good movie. I enjoyed the ending and I enjoyed seeing the because you see like the growth between sadness and joy in their relationship at like near the end, like to like the end of Inside Out 1, and they continue that into Inside Out 2, and they end up becoming like actually like good friends with each other because of the experience that they shared in the first one. I enjoy seeing that all these emotions are important. They all have the roles and stuff like that. And you can feel more than one emotion at the same time. You can go from like being sad to being happy and stuff like that. So, um, or you can have like you can be crying, but they're like happy tears. So, or angry, or angry tears. I get angry tears. I think I cry a little bit too much for a person should be crying. I cry when I'm sad, I cry when I'm happy, and I cry when I'm no matter what all those three emotions, just tears. So yeah. And I do know that I do need help with these like with with everything emotional help. I do. I just had a bad experience with therapy, so I should at least try it again, but obviously with someone else than who I was, you know, told to see before. Because I know like not all therapists are the same, they all have the different methods. So I am looking into, and I maybe consider trying BetterHelp, which is what a lot of you hear on YouTube. Oh, my sponsor today, BetterHelp. No, not sponsored by BetterHelp, of course, but you've seen this. So yeah, and it's like it's in my face like whenever I watch basically any YouTube video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give into doing that and talk to my parents into maybe trying that out. How you try one and see how it's. But yeah, but overall, if I would give the movie, I would give it like a 5-star rating. I think it's good. I love how they ended up bringing like a callback to one of the scenes in the. I'm not gonna spoil which scene it was, but a scene like a very emotional, touching scene in the first one, and they use the same music score too in it, and it's towards the end of the second Inside Out, I think. But yeah, the whole yeah, and then one more thing. The haunted mindset of like out with the old and with the new. It's good when it comes to certain things, but when it comes to like friends, it's kind of like a gray area. If they're the ones who do that to you, then you have every right to try to find other friends. But if you're the one that does that to them, then you are the jerk, basically. That's just how it works. But and I know it's like going to like a big change. Like one, you're going to like high school, and sometimes like with high schools, you end up like having like you end up like if it's like people that you've grown up with from like middle school to high and then going to high school, you know them. But in some cases, you only have like the few friends that you made when you were younger, and those are the friends they have like in high school. They do end up going to the same high school with you, but if they don't, then you kind of are like afraid of, oh, I'm going to this new school. I know no one there. I'm just gonna be alone. I'm gonna be that kid sitting in the cafeteria all by myself, eating my lunch. It's all sad, and the only people who really like talk to me and stuff like that are the teachers because they're just trying to be nice and make me feel good. That kind of situation. I understand like that fear and I get that fear and anxiety that can happen when going to a school and not knowing anyone there and feeling like you're not going to be able to make any friends or any connections. But that's not true. If you kind of like, that's the thing about like school like activities. If you have something that you love and that you're passionate about, join one of those clubs and then you get to meet people that share the same kind of passion as you do, and then you can become friends with those people. That's a great way to do that if you are the new kid and you don't know anyone at school. That is just my advice. Take it, don't take it, whatever. But yes. And I did enjoy the movie. Got to see Fritz, my little angel devil child. That is it. I think I am going to actually, since YouTube is not being nice to me about live streaming, I might look into live streaming on Twitch and see how that algorithm works over there when it comes to live streaming. Um, so yeah, but I'll let you know if because I'm gonna mess around with it and see how I feel about it, and if I think that's much more better than trying to figure out whatever the hell is going on with the YouTube live streaming, and if I actually am able to have that option to live stream video games on Twitch, because I only have one option on YouTube because I have a laptop. I don't have it encoded and all that kind of stuff. I use my laptop to make videos and stuff like that. So I can only do, this kind of thing, like a video, like you guys seeing me and talking. That's all I can do. because I don't have all that other stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can do more over on Twitch, which will be gaming. Because I found yet another game I think would be fun to live stream. I can do it by myself. I don't need a bunch of people to do voices, and I think that you might guys might enjoy the gameplay if you haven't always seen people play it. Yeah, that is it. But child, come here. No, you don't want to come here. He's being a little butt. All right.